All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua by Hashem Rakakwadash. All right, I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles at GMS, and salutations and blessings to the Akim around the world, preaching and teaching his truth. All right, I'm Yakanan, GMS Memphis, and I just wanted to do a quick lesson, going into this shooting that happened last night on so-called Labor Day. Okay, and there was something going on downtown Memphis. I think it was called 901 Day, basically where they're celebrating Memphis. They had different artists to come in and perform. I think Project Pat was there. Who else? What was this other artist's name? What's his name? Moneybagg Yo. Yeah, Moneybagg Yo. He was like the headliner of the show. But, nevertheless, that doesn't matter. What ended up happening at the end, of the show when, the crowd breaks up, because you had pretty much over, they say it was over 10,000 people down there. And, when you got that many Jakes around, that many young Jakes, the YNs, being here in Memphis, you know it's going to lead to violence, man. So this is what was the aftermath of that. It says, this is coming from Fox 13 News. It says, gunfire seriously injured 17-year-old boy in downtown Memphis, police say. Okay, it says, gunfire erupted late Monday night in downtown Memphis, seriously injuring a 17-year-old and striking at least one Beale Street restaurant, police said. It says it all happened hours after a crowd finishes celebrating 901 Day. Memphis MPD said it happened around 10:15 p.m. near Beale Street and November 6th Street. It says Fox 13 obtained social media video showing a man pulling a gun out of his bag and opening fire. It says a woman told investigators that her son was struck by the gunfire. MPD said officers found that the teen had been shot 3 times. He was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. It says a manager of B.B. King Blues Club in Beale Street told investigators that he was in the office when shots rang outside the restaurant. 2 rounds went off in his office ceiling and wall, police said. Witnesses told investigators that the suspect gunman was wearing a white t-shirt and had a black backpack at the time of the shooting. Officers found spent rifle casings and live 9mm rounds at the scene. Yeah, so I'm going to see if the video is going to show the Jake, because this video circulating on social media where basically you saw about 3 or 4 YNs, they were jumping a kid, and they kind of broke it up. And then the next thing you know, you saw him going in his bag, and you heard the shots ringing out and people running. So I'm going to play a little bit of this video and grab a few precepts, and that'll be it.
Don't do it, little bro.
Large area taped off here.
They did. Gunfire rings out on Beale. Thousands of people spent the day on Beale Street celebrating all things Memphis for 901 Day, and things were relatively peaceful. But by night, Beale Street became a crime scene. At least one person was shot. Fox 13's Jeremy Pierre, he's live from downtown. Jeremy, you got new information about the victim and new video.
Yeah, let me tell you, we learned that a mother did report to officers that her son got shot 3 times, 1 time in the stomach, 2 times in the arm, the right arm. And look, we got video earlier this morning showing what led to the shooting. It's a fight that took place right behind where I'm standing, here on the side lawn of MLGW headquarters, right off of Beale Street. You can see in the videos where the fights took place that the person that began the shooting, he's the one getting jumped on. He gets out of the fight, and then we see another video with him.
And there it goes. And that's typical, man. The one that gets jumped on, he going to get the strap, and there you have it. So, I mean, you see why DJ Trump is insisting he needs to bring in the military, man. He's gonna federalize these different states, man. Memphis is gonna be on that list. You can bet it. You can bet your money on it, man. All right, and I believe a brother put it in the group chat that he was already headed to Chicago. So you know they're gonna unleash on you Israelites, man. You young Jakes who think you're invincible. You know, you causing all this havoc and crime, and you know, people in the community are afraid to leave their homes, and you can't go out and do anything. They're gonna be all for, bringing in that military martial law and cracking down on you Jakes, man. Play a little bit more.
Eventually pulling that gun with the white handle out of a bag and begin shooting. Now, of course, we're still working this morning to gather information as to where Memphis police are in finding that person we see shooting this gun in those videos, as well as any other people connected to this shooting. But at last check, that the mother who reported her son being shot, that son went to the hospital in critical condition. We're working right now to get an updated condition status. I want you to stay with us all throughout the day here on Fox 13 News. We're going to continue to stay on top of this story for you. Very crazy scene last night. Horrible way to end such a beautiful day early in the day with 901 Day being celebrated, but a horrible way it ended with the shooting.
All right, pretty clear video and a lot.
Yeah, so, and that's to be expected, man. You don't expect niggas to do right or act right. That's why when they have those events and things like that, man, when you know it's gonna be a lot of Jake around, you just stay away from that shit, man. You don't want to be anywhere around where a bunch of niggas are gonna be at, man. If you're and that's just using wisdom, But this is Jeremiah 2 and verse 21. It says, Yet I have planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? Right? Because here it is, Jake now just a bunch of degenerates, man. Our people, mainly this young generation, okay, they're horrible, man. Okay? And like I was saying, that's really what the people are looking for, is to do away with these niggas, man. That black fatigue is real. People are sick of you niggas, man. They're sick of these YNs walking around with shiesty mask on and hoods and shit, man. When in the summertime, dreadlocks everywhere. Hey, everyone's sick of it. All right, and mainly Yahweh Shema Shai, he's sick of you niggas, man. So hey, when this judgment goes forth, okay, no one's gonna cry, no one's gonna pity. That's what is that? Jeremiah 7. We're not gonna lift up a cry or have any pity for you Jakes, man. Maybe it's 4. Let me go down. Might be 16. Let me see. Yeah. This is Jeremiah 7:16. It says, "Therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up a cry nor prayer for them, neither make intercession to me, for I will not hear thee." All right, we ain't gonna cry. Ain't gonna pray for you niggas nothing, because hey, it's justified. All right, Yahweh Shema Shai, he's gonna bring forth judgment on 2/3 of his own people, man. All right, let's grab that. And Zechariah, this is a go-to right here. We always use this, talking about, you 2/3 of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who don't want to get right. All right, it says Zechariah 13 and verse 8, "And it shall come to pass that in the land, that in all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein." Right, you're gonna have 2/3 of Israel, okay, that are gonna be cut off in all type of ways, and that's just strictly up to how Yahweh Shema Shai sees the judgment fit for them, man. Okay, but we can clearly see it's gonna be a big part of this young generation. I'll say that a large portion of this young generation, man, is cursed, man. Hey, matter of fact, I'm gonna grab that too. I'm gonna finish this off, but it says I believe it's in Matthew. It says, "This wicked and adulterous generation seeketh for a sign," and this is that generation right here, man. Okay, this is that Gen Z. They're horrible, man. Okay, this is the worst of the worst. And if they were to go on and move forward, if this place wasn't destroyed and they weren't were able to continue to procreate and live on, the next generation will be even worse, man. Who's the I don't even want to see these YNs these YNs children. Oh my God, man. So let me finish this. This is verse 9. It says, "And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is my power." Right, and the third, Lord willing, we're a part of that, man. We're a part of that election, man. Okay, who's going to be saved and delivered out of this, man. Okay, like it says in Jeremiah 30:7. Okay, alas, alas, that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, man. Meaning that elect, they're going to be saved out of this time, man. But as for the 2/3, you're going to get caught up in it. All right. So let me see if I can find that precept in Matthew, and then we'll just get one more and wrap it up. Yeah, this is Matthew 16 and 4. I'm gonna read it in I'm gonna read it in the KJV. It says, "A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And he left them and departed." Right, and that there is a sign, which is who? That the men of the Lord on the highways and hedges. But these YNs, man, this young generation, okay, they don't care about anything, man. And a lot of them, the judgment they're receiving is because they're a cursed generation, man. A generation that's what did they say? Those wicked Israelites said, "Hey, let their blood be upon us and our children," But this is that same generation coming back in the reincarnation, and that blood is upon them. They're gonna have to pay for their sins, man. All the wickedness that they've done. Okay. So hey, let's wrap it up and in Wisdom of Solomon, man. This is Wisdom of Solomon 3 and verse 16. It says, as for the children of adulterers, they shall not come to their perfection. Right, because that adulterous generation, you probably have a lot of these YNs who are created in an adulterous relationship, in a defiled bed, you know, which, hey, the scriptures say they're not going to come to their perfection, man. All right, they're not gonna live a long and prosperous life off of that wicked and evil act, man. Okay, it says, I'm gonna read it again. Wisdom of Solomon 3 and verse 16. As for the children of adulterers, they shall not come to their perfection, and the seed of an unrighteous bed shall be rooted out. You see, a seed of an unrighteous bed shall be rooted out. All right, and adultery is on a all-time high here in Babylon. Okay, you have a woman or a man backdoor their own family member, and have seed with them, and have them going along, raising the kids and thinking that they're their children the whole time. It came out of a defiled bed, man. So hey, a lot of these YNs that get killed and put to death, this is the reason for it. Okay, it says verse 17. For though they live long, yet shall they be nothing regarded, and their last age shall be without honor. Or if they die quickly, they have no hope, neither comfort in the day of trial. For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation. Right, and this generation, this wicked, adulterous, evil generation, it has a horrible end coming, man, for 2/3 of it. All right? These YNs gotta go, man. These young Jakes, they're out of there, man. They're gone, man. Matter of fact, let's go get that in Isaiah, and we'll end it there. It says, I believe it's Isaiah 1. Might be Jeremiah. Let me type in revolted. Let's see. Okay, it's Jeremiah, Salakia. Yeah, let me see. Damn, this whole chapter good. This is Jeremiah 5 and 20. It says, declare this in the house of Jacob and publish it in Judah, saying, hear now this, O foolish people, and without understanding, which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not. Right, because, hey, Jake got eyes and ears, but they're not able to spiritually hear or see, All they can see is what's in front of them. They're carnal-minded, man. It says, fear ye not me, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for a bound of the sea by a perpetual decree, that it cannot pass it? And though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail. Though they roar, yet can they not pass over it. But this people have a revolting and a rebellious heart. And a heart, going back to your mind, meaning the Hebrew word lab. They have a rebellious mind, man. They have a mind to go against Yahweh Shema Shai, man. All right? It says they are revolted and gone. Yeah, so Jake is gone, man. And there's nothing to heal him. But, hey, going back to the spirit world, but just hitting the reset button and starting all over. Okay? So, yeah, this type of shit is going to continue to happen as long as Jake is here, man. These young YNs, man, they got to go. Point blank, period, man. So, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson for the elect. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Rakakwadash. Give double honors to the elders and the apostles at GMS, and salutations and blessings to the Akim around the world, preaching and teaching His truth. Shalom.